In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn $8,029 into $70,324 using this simple ad funnel. And we use this ad funnel to turn, as I said, $8,000 into $70,000 and $51,000 cash collected. Also, $4,829 to $74,360 and $26,000 cash collected. And also, if you have a smaller budget, $670 into $4,200 with just 9% close rate. And to show you how to actually do it, I'm gonna first break down the logic behind it and then show you a step-by-step guide on how to do it, with how to set up ads and all the good stuff. So the strategy that we used to create all of those results right here is called Velocity Ads Funnel. And it's a really straightforward ads funnel that will work the best if you have 1 to 10,000 followers and you are very niche down. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. So of course, as every single funnel, the funnel is broken down into top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. You can think of them as getting attention, nurturing attention, and converting the attention into an actual dollars in your ad account. Let's begin. First, we need to get eyeballs on our offer. How we do it? There are 3 ways. First of all is, of course, the Instagram organic content. And what are the upsides and downsides of it? Definitely the upsides is that it is free, it is quite easy to do, and if you do it correctly, you can make a ton of money from that. And actually, a side note right here, this video is an interview with Marcel that we scaled from $16,000 to $78,000 in just 28 days using Velocity scaling system without any paid ads. So you can still make money with organic content, but the downsides of it, it is super unpredictable. It takes ton of effort and time to actually see any results at all. And because of that, in most cases, it is much more beneficial and efficient for you to run paid ads. In this stage of the funnel, of course, we also have YouTube organic. That is a great source of getting qualified leads. But similar to Instagram's organic content, it is quite unreliable and it is time consuming as hell. And the last part of the top of the funnel is, of course, the ads, and specifically profile visit and direct DM ads. And I will show you in a second what it actually means, but it is by far the simplest way to run ads in 2025, and you can have amazing results with this. And let me just stop right here, because I want to tell you that I would love to just tell you that you need to run this type of ad and you will print money. But it's actually not the case. Because yes, the actual process of running an ad is just creating a great creative and turning on the campaign. But for the ad to actually generate qualified leads that will book a call with you and ultimately be closed down on your offer, you need the whole rest of this funnel. And that's why I'm breaking this down for you. So keep that in mind. But right now, let me show you how to actually set up those ads, because this is super simple. So you just go into Meta Business Suite, you go into the content, and you just click right here to boost the post. Okay, and to run profile visit ads, so the first type of ad campaign that you can run, you just go right here and you click get more profile visits. Then you say, of course, visit Instagram profile. If you are in this category, you turn this on. Also really important, turn this off, okay? Turn this off. If you are in this category, you turn this on. Then the audience, so a really important thing. In most cases, I would just leave it as broad as it can be. So for example, you just set up the country that you want to target. So in most cases also, it will usually be just big 5, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. Leave the rest as it is. Because Meta is just so much better than you in actually determining who is your ideal avatar. But if for some reason you want to be very specific because you have a lot of experience in that and you have a lot of data to support your claim, you just go right here and you can choose few different targeting options. After that, the budget. And as you can see, it works on every single budget. You can run it as low as 40 or even 20 bucks a day. Of course, I wouldn't recommend it because the more you spend, the more data you give to the algorithm and the better the results that you will give. But with this client, this was a new client that didn't have any experience in high ticket sales. So that's why we went really, really slowly with the budget. But as you can see, still it had amazing results. In conclusion, I would start with at least 2 creatives running at 20 bucks a day. And that would be a great starting point. Of course, right here, click run this ad continuously because you can just pause it if you need to. But it's much better to run it like that because let's say that an ad is performing really, really well and you, let's say, just choose it to run for 7 days and then you just need to restart it and it's just a bummer. Just click publish right here and that's how you run an ad. And if you want to run direct DM ads, the only difference is that you click get more messages right here and the button will be send message. You click publish and that's done. And you probably have this very important question, and that's how an ad should actually be structured. And this is a very long topic, but I will give you the simplest breakdown of it. So you start with a call out. It needs to be very niche down, very targeted to your ideal avatar, and it specifically works incredible when you target people locally. You just start with, if you are a lawyer in Los Angeles, and then you go with the rest of the video. After that, you introduce a problem or a promise. So for example, if you are a lawyer and you want to, let's say, save 20 hours a week, then here is a solution. On the opposite, you can present it as a problem. So for example, if you are a lawyer and you want to stop spending countless hours on the paperwork, then here is the solution. And after this call out with a problem or a promise, you introduce your unique mechanism. And usually you want to break it down into a simple framework. So for example, 3-step framework, 2 things that you need to know, stuff like that. And after you are finished with delivering your unique mechanism, you just do a call to action. And that's the only difference with the profile visit or the direct DM ad. Because with the profile visit, you just do a call to action to follow you. And with direct DM, you just do a call to action to DM you. Bonus points with the direct DM if you offer some free resources. So for example, you say that if you comment the word lawyer, I will send you our spreadsheet to make your life easier. Or like some better call to action than that. So that's actually everything when it comes to ads, and I hope it was simple. It's a long topic, but I wanted to give you as much value as possible. And then all this traffic will be coming into your Instagram. And yeah, you're probably wondering, I am also proud of what I've created here, this smiley guy. All the traffic will be coming onto your Instagram when you will start the second part of the funnel, so nurturing, aka middle of the funnel. First is, of course, the story. And there are 2 types of stories that you want to use. First one, lifestyle or the results of the client. So those will be much more chill. So for example, like a nice photo where you add and some recent client wins. For example, this is mine. So this is a very laid back, like a chill story. Also, you can just post every single thing that you do in your life. So you can just show the people that you are an actual human being. And the second story, what we call hand raiser stories. So those are the stories that you actually do some call to action. For example, you could turn this story into a hand raiser stories by just simply putting, if you want similar results, DM me the word start. And don't overlook the power of stories, especially while you are running the profile visit ads. You should have a story like that live all the time. And you would be shocked how many appointments you can get booked out of the stories. The second thing is, of course, the short form organic on Instagram. And of course, we have the reels also at the top of the funnel. They actually function as both, so they can function as the mechanism to attract more leads, but they also, of course, serve a function of a nurturing system, especially when you have very value-driven educational content. But to be honest, in my opinion, this one is much better. So YouTube. So there was this really famous study that I think Google found out that you need at least 4 hours of content before purchasing anything. And if you do the math, it's pretty simple. You can either watch, 1,000 short form videos, or you could potentially watch 10, 20-minute long form videos, and you will be nurtured the same way. So that's why we want to focus our attention here. Let's move further. Assets. So this is pretty important. You should have some email lists, and by this email, you of course run some weekly email sequences, nurturing people. And actually for most businesses, the email list is one of the highest ROI channels that you can have. So don't overlook this. Then you have retargeting ads and resources. And retargeting ads are actually a little bit more complicated to run than top of the funnel ads or the direct DM ads. So I will not cover them right now, but just know that retargeting ads plus a resource is usually the highest ROI thing that you can do in your business, because it means that the leads that you are targeting with the retargeting ads already went through probably all of this. And that's the reason why retargeting ads is the most profitable way of using your resources. And usually, in my experience, you should allocate at least like 20 to 30% of your ad budget to retargeting ads. And the last one is, of course, the VSL. So this is for people who have a lot of lead volume already coming in. So this is the way to create a little bit more friction between prospects booking a call, but it's creating a good friction. So that means that all unqualified people will be thrown away because they will watch this video and they will be like, oh, actually, I don't need this. But people who are interested and actually need this will be far more likely to schedule a call with you, and they will be much more likely to buy from you because they are already nurtured. And this concludes the middle of the funnel and now bottom of the funnel. So the last step from turning this simple, super simple 5-minute setup ad campaign into multiple thousands of dollars. It's the bottom of the funnel. So conversion. And of course, like with everything here, every single piece that I am covering should be a 20-minute long tutorial on how to do it, because there is so much nuance in every single step of this. So I will just give you a quick breakdown on how to do appointment setting. So a thing that you will definitely be needing while running profile visits and direct DM ads. Because keep in mind that you DM every single person that follows you, and you also have conversation with every single lead that DMs you. So that means that the appointment setting is a crucial step in going further. And to do that, you quickly connect. So you usually just say, hey name, appreciate you for following. So that's with the profile visit ads. So you or your appointment setter just look at their profile and create some personalized line. Then you quickly qualify them. Are you looking to, something? Then you create a gap. What's the goal? Then you create need. Then you offer some help, and then you convert them and you send them just straight up a Calendly booking page, or you can just propose 2 times. So for example, oh, that's cool. Can we talk, 8 p.m. today or 2 p.m. tomorrow? And then they pick a time and a pre-call sequence rolls in. So there's a lot of emails going in, and also you probably will need to grade them so you don't waste your time with unqualified leads. And if you do all of this correctly, right, all of those steps, your calendar will probably look like that. And that means that if you are decent at closing, your Stripe will look something like this Stripe of our client. So something like that. So as you can see, this is a very simple and straightforward way of turning attention into an actual money in your pocket. And as you can see, it was proven many, many times. So I hope it helps. And if you want to see if I can personally help you achieve similar results like this, just DM me on Instagram. Peace.